Hello, disciples. First, let me thank you for showing up in such a big way for the Poor People's Campaign Mass Moral Assembly and Digital March on Washington last weekend. Over 2.5 million people watched the event on Facebook alone, in addition to those who watched online on June2020.org, on MSNBC.online, and the C-SPAN broadcast. Over 300,000 people signed up to have letters sent to their legislators advocating for the priorities on the Poor People's Campaign moral legislative agenda. So many of you have shared how moved and inspired you were by the stories of those impacted by poverty, by low-income jobs, lack of health care, ecological devastation in their communities, systemic racism. We need to continue to educate, advocate, and act to reconstruct and reshape our society so that all can have enough. And there is enough for everyone to have enough to live whole and flourishing lives. As Disciples Justice Summer continues, this week we highlight the work of Alliance Q, a ministry whose mission is to build networks of people and ministries that work toward full inclusion of people of all sexual identities and gender expressions. This Sunday, June 28th at 6 p.m., they will host a special worship service online on the Alliance Q Facebook page. I hope you'll join us. I'm honored to be one of the preachers in that service. And another important conversation, another difficult conversation, is being hosted by the Racial Justice Ministries of the Scarrett Bennett Center in Nashville this Sunday as well at 3 p.m. Eastern. The topic is the conversation white people need to have with other white people, talking about the difference between being a white ally and a white co-conspirator. Among the panelists is our own former GMP, Sharon Watkins. I hope that you'll tune in to that important discussion on Facebook at the Scarrett Bennett Center at 3 p.m. Eastern. In these challenging times, we must not be weary in well-doing. We must continue to take care of one another, to be safe, and we must continue every day to make the choices to do the things that move us toward being the church that we say we are. We must be a movement for wholeness. We must be a pro-reconciling, anti-racist church. We must be a church that loves God and loves our neighbor. We must be a church that follows Jesus. May it be so.